Hi Scorpio, this is Carrie from wooingnature.life. I hope everything is going well for you. This is your March reading for 2020. I'm asking everybody to go take a look at that full moon view. There's a lot of great information coming in about abundance, about the harvest. It is harvest season, but there's some specifics that you want to get in touch with regarding your harvest so that you will know how to bring the harvest in. So check out the full moon view for March the 9th so you can get tapped into your moon. Why get tapped into your moon, Scorpio? One, because you're a water sign. Water signs should always be tapped into their moon because the moon regulates the water. Also because the moon it's a very fast moving, it's the fastest moving, not planet, but entity that we connect with astrologically. And so it's a way of fine-tuning your connection with nature, your connection with the spirit realm, and also with your intuitive realm. It awakens your intuitive insight. It gets you in motion with the rest of the nations, the star nations that are speaking to you and communicating with you. So that's why. So if you want to get your personal full moon view, I will be doing that from now until March 9th. Now until March 9th, and then we'll pick up again the following week for the new moon. So if you want to do a new moon reading, you can wait a week and you can start scheduling your new moon reading as well. But get in sync with your moon. Get in sync with your moon. So since the moon, the full moon, the first full moon, and the first full moon, the full moon for March, and it's the last full moon for the first quarter of the new year. And because it is talking about bringing in your harvest, I am going to be reading from Money and the Law of Attraction cards. Just going to pull one card from there just to give you a sense of where you need to be and how you need to be thinking about your money situation. And then after that, I'm going to go straight to the Sun and Moon Tarot, one of my favorite decks, because that moon energy is so strong. I just want to kind of stay in sync with that and get you in sync with that. All right, so let's talk to Scorpio about their financials. All right, I've got a maze or a labyrinth. It really looks like a labyrinth here, which is a little bit different. And then it looks like a clock. So it's time for you to make that move, Scorpio. It's time for you to move through the channels and move through the paths that you need to move through in order for you to get where it is that you need to be in terms of your finances, in terms of your idea about wealth. I'm talking about finances because this is what we most closely relate to in this country anyway. When we talk about wealth, we think about money. We think about actual tangible things and objects, and more specifically money. But wealth is tied to other things there. You have other things as well. You have material abundance, you have spiritual abundance, mental abundance, emotional abundance. Everybody has their own what they have a lot of, and tapping into what you have a lot of is going to allow you to then manifest that in a material form if that's what you're needing and wanting to do, if that's what you want to do, because some people don't want to do that, and it's fine. All right, so that's what I'm seeing just from the image here. A labyrinth is one path, and you follow that path. I don't care if it goes around and in and out. You just stay the course. You just stay the path. And if you stay it, then you will get to whatever it is that you desire. And that clock there, or those hands of time, to me says it's time for that for you, Scorpio. The message says, I can create both money and the time to enjoy it. That's what the message is from the card. Both the money and the time to enjoy it. And I think that that's so significant because I hear from people who say, well, I'm going to this job every day, and yeah, I make good money and I've got great benefits, but I haven't taken a vacation. I don't get time off. If I take time off, I feel like I'm having to play catch up. I'd just rather not do it. And we need that balance. You need the balance. Balance is of the utmost importance, because I don't care what it is that you say that you want or that you desire. If you do not have balance in your life, you are not going to enjoy any of it. All right, so here's the message. Many of you tell us that you are so busy making your money that you do not have time to enjoy it. For when you rely on your action to create, often you're too tired to enjoy the creation. Once you not only understand the power of your thought, but deliberately direct this powerful tool in the direction of things that you desire, then you will discover that the action part of your life is the way you enjoy what you have created through your thought. So this is dealing with thought and action. Your mental, which is your air, and your action, which is the physical. So thought and action is the connection here. I just want to read that again. Once you not only understand the power of your thought, but deliberately direct this powerful tool in the direction of things that you desire. So you're applying thought to the thing that you desire the most in this situation. So there you go. That's something for you to think about for the month of March, Scorpio, to try to get your mind and the physical all lined up in alignment is the name of the game right now. I'm getting it over and over again through the astrology. It just over and over again, same message: alignment, alignment, alignment. So we got to get in alignment. If you're out of alignment, you're going to know it, because things aren't going to move like the way that you want to. So you got to get your alignment together. And no one is exempt, myself included, because I've been dealing with alignment issues for 2 months now. And I'm ready to get aligned, okay? All right, so the first card that I have here is the Five of Cups. Fives usually represent some kind of challenge or difficulty. This is in the realm of cups. So cups could be related to relationships, your heart, what your heart desires, what your heart wants. It could be matters of the heart. It could also be related to your intuition, your spiritual connection as well. So wherever this applies to you, just know that there's some conflict going on. It looks like there's been some disappointment in the past that you've been reflecting on, Scorpio, things that were lost in the process of you learning and experiencing life. And that's a part of life. There's going to be loss that comes with the gain. You are always going to gain something, and there's also going to be some loss along the way, because that's just the ebb and flow of life. You know, it's give and take. It's births and deaths all the time. So get used to it. Don't allow it to be a point of distraction, and don't allow it to be a way for you to, or a means, or that's not what I mean. Don't allow it to be a distraction, and don't allow it to be an excuse for not moving forward from where you are right now. Don't let it be that. So think about what you gained in any given experience. If it is a relationship issue, what did you get? What did you learn? What did you walk away from this for yourself? What did you bring forward for you after that situation happened? If it is about something related to your intuition or discernment, again, we learn how to better discern what's going on around us by having kind of negative experiences that slap us on the hand or slap us on the butt and say, hey, oh, that hurt. Well, why did it hurt? What did you learn from it? What do you know now to do, or to accept, or to tolerate? And then what are you not going to do? Some of you are learning how to speak up for yourself through this process. Some of you are learning how to not allow other people's words and actions to get in the way of you being able to push forward with what it is that you are designed to do. And that's a great lesson. That's a great lesson, even if it is painful. Even if it is painful. Sometimes the lessons that we learn best are learned through pain and difficulty, because you don't want to experience that pain anymore. So, you know, it is what it is. We don't want to experience pain, but really pain is one of the ways that we as human beings learn. All right, something else for Scorpio. We've got change coming. So even if there was difficulty and disappointment with your last experience, change is on the way. Don't be afraid of change. Don't look at the differences and start to pull back, because what you're doing is you're pulling back to the old thing. You're pulling back to the disappointment. Don't pull back. Keep moving forward. Change is coming. The turn of the wheel is coming. You just have to be prepared for it. And you're being prepared for it. You're being prepared for it through the disappointment. All right. Yep. Most definitely. And look at what you're getting, and look at what you're coming out of. Feeling like you're a puppet, feeling like your hands are tied, feeling like you've been bound up and not being able to get out of a rut. All of this is mental. It's something that has to do with the mind and how you're thinking about what's happening with you. Again, alignment is the name of the game. So what you want to do is make sure that your thoughts are aligned with your purpose and with what you're trying to do. If you are trying to usher in a change in your life, then your thinking has to do the same thing. And this experience that you've had that was disappointing really was an experience that was putting you in this situation right here. You don't want that. You need your freedom. You need to be able to explore and get out and do the things that you need to do. The situation that you were in was binding. It was holding you back. So don't stay. Don't stay. Don't stay. All right, we've got the Princess of Wands in reverse. The Princess of Wands is a message to you. That message is about you being able to climb out through the fire, to go through the fire. Through the fire. That's what Shaka Khan said. Go through the fire. And when you go through that fire, there's things that you're going to gain. First of all, you're going to be on top of your game. Second of all, you got this tiger here, which is a symbol of independence and a symbol of power and strength. Nobody wants to mess with the tiger. The tiger will scratch you and scratch you good. Okay? So you've got to climb to the top. You've got to get to the top. And this is the way, Scorpio. This is the way. May not seem like it. It may not feel like it, you know. It may feel like, oh God, why have I have to go through all of this? Why do I have to make it through all of this? Because there's something on the other side. There is a learning that is taking place. There is a experience that is going to grab you and pull you into the next phase. That's what this change in the Wheel of Fortune is all about. There's going to be a change. There's a turn of the wheel. And you got to be ready for it. If you stay in the old, then when the wheel turns, you're going to miss it because you're going to be all up in the old space. Not the old space, the new space. And then the new space is what's going to bring you to this 8 of Pentacles. 8 is a manifestation number. Pentacles is tangible, physical, actual things that are coming towards you that appear to come out of nowhere. And it's as a result of the love and the things that you have loved into your life. Okay, if this disappointment, again, we talked about the cups and it being about the heart space. If it was a disappointment in love, it's okay, because out of that, there's going to be more love coming. There's going to be more that manifests as a result of what you may have lost. So you never are really losing anything when the gain comes in. And this is about being prepared for the gain. The gain is coming. I mean, you can't get any better, I guess, that 8 of Pentacles unless you just had the Empress all together, you know. But everything comes in small doses, little small doses until you get to the big dose, okay? Hangman says to let go, let God release those old things. Look at her. I hope you can see here. And these are little mini cards, but you see these 2 cups that she has on the shore, and then these are 3 cups that are out in the water. That to me represents the disappointing, the lost part. So just let that go. Let those things go. What didn't remain, let it go. Let it go. You don't want to hang on to that coming into this new energy. The new energy is not going to tolerate the old stuff. And that's that lesson that you get in the pain. Don't go back. Every time you try to go backwards, it's going to hit you. Okay, I forgot. Okay, so you don't forget. That's all. All right, so we've got the Emperor in reverse here. Emperor to me is about bringing new order, a new structure to your life experience. And with the Wheel of Fortune coming in, representing change in your life, or something new coming in. Whenever there is a change, then new order is expected. You have to set your new rules. Your new rules of engagement are how you're going to deal with other people, how they're going to be communicating with you and not going to be communicating with you, what you're going to tolerate in terms of relationships and what you're not going to tolerate. And if you need to write these new rules down, we're always making a list about what we want. Make a list about how you're going to handle what you get when it comes. Okay? And start making yourself a list of these are the no's. This is what I am going to do. Number one, number two, this is what I'm not going to do. Number 3, 1, 4, number 5. And then this is how I'm going to let people communicate with me. And if they communicate with me in this way, this is how I'm going to respond to that. And come up with a good way for yourself that feels good for you, that feels tolerable for you, that doesn't feel like it's in anger or, any other kind of negative emotion, but just as a point of reference for your new order and how you're going to operate moving forward. You're trying to be happy here, right? And so it's not going to benefit you to make everyone else happy, and then you don't have the happiness that you need. And that's based on your boundaries, Scorpio. It's about setting boundaries. I'm getting that very clear. All right. So that is your reading for March 20th. If you want to get your own personal reading, which I highly recommend, you can get a full moon reading now until March the 9th. I always run those readings for the new moon reading and the full moon reading the week before, leading up to the actual change of the moon. And so I'm offering those readings until March the 9th. If you want to get a medicine wheel reading, which puts you in context with everything that's going on around you can do that. Or if you want to get a Kabbalah spread, that'll let you know where your spirit and your material, how they're interacting. So if you need to get that alignment, I recommend the Kabbalah reading. Other than that, you can take a look at the website at wooingnature.life, and you can read up on those and pick the one that you want. As always, I hope you have a great March, and I hope you're having a fabulous life.